Give me a second. Oh, there's my fucking sunglasses. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Do I wear my fucking shades the whole time? Maybe. Maybe I do. Let's get this YouTube audio taken care of. Hold on. I got my fucking headphone in so I can hear the audio. Oh, there's my fucking sunglasses. Yeah, I think I might be wearing these shades the whole fucking time. Hold on a second. Alright. Sorry, I was texting. How are you? I am fucking in a mood today. I don't know why I feel like every time I come on stream I should explain my, or at least touch on my emotional situation for the week that had just gone by. I don't know why I feel that way, but I do. I just want to keep you guys up to date on how I'm doing. You know, I always say, how are you? You never say, how am I? That's not true, actually. A number of you do. I'm going to take these off. I feel like an asshole with those on. All right. Let's get down to brass tacks here. Actually, that's not true. Let me send one more text. I swear to God, I was ready for this stream beforehand, but now I'm not ready. Just this is the beauty of live entertainment, right? Do you want me to narrate my text for you? I mean, well, we're getting going. I know you were waiting. You were like, oh, I can't wait for fucking Sunday night so Asa can spill kratom all over the table and text people. I know. Listen, there's no one else here right now, so we'll get there. Okay, I'm done. All right, so this week, yeah, I don't know why I feel the need to like talk to y'all about that sort of thing. It's kind of silly, but I feel like my moods just kind of come through, regardless of whether or not I tell you. I feel like I just it's coming out. I'm wondering if this office is going to soak up a lot of like negativity, because this is exactly where I sit when I speak to my therapist every week. I stare right at this corner. So this corner that I'm looking at here, it's just going to form this etheric bubble of negativity. I don't know. We're pulling the hair back though. It's pissing me off. We're pulling it back. How have you been? If you're just joining us, how's the audio? Fuck, I just broke my hair tie. All right, well, let's try it again. I got another one. I had a whole fucking army of these things. How have you been? Good. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna be a little all over the place. I have had a pretty rough week, as it goes sometimes. Whatever. But I'm here now to talk to you and to share with you the weird shit that I have dug up. So let's get right into it. And don't worry, I didn't forget that we've got cool new little things right here. Boom. Sunday. So let's do the grow down. Blah 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 blah. That actually sounded pretty cool in my ears. I was thinking about something else. Hold on, we're not yet. Blah 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 blah. All right. I was thinking about something else the other day. So I have, I get headaches a lot. I think it's from clenching my jaw, which I do constantly. It's a stress thing. But I also wonder if when I speak, it like rattles around in here. It like bounces off my skull, and like maybe that is creating a tension as well. I don't know. Oh, this fucking kratom all over my phone now. My lord. Alright, hold on. Alright. I just gotta wipe it off. It's a good thing I checked. Oh, we're just gonna use my sleeve to get this fucking kratom off the desk. Alright, so anyway, is that what's going on? Fuck, it's all over my sleeve. There's no winning. There's no winning when you're Asa Morris. I gotta roll these goddamn sleeves up or else I look like a fucking 14-year-old. I mean, I still look like a fucking 40-year-old trying to look 14, but I'm not 40 yet. I'm getting there. I'm just waiting for more people to show up. I just want to document this. What's wrong with that? Yeah, normally after this I have things that I have to do, you know, go out, make dinner or whatever. And I might lie to you, and I might say that that's what I have to do in a little bit once I get a little tired here. I don't know, we'll see, but I don't. Anyway, that's my whole headache thing. Let's get down to business, okay? Man, really? Blip, 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 blip. All right. There's a great green Google, the great green Goog. And let's start it off. Let's go to Sunday. Ah, fuck. Okay, I just remembered this. I planned on digging up the second half of this. Lou Elizondo, who I'm sure we're all familiar with if you're watching this show, recently said that detecting UFOs or UAP is so simple you'll laugh. And that left a lot of people going, oh, I wonder what that could be. This video popped up on Reddit on Sunday. Now, this is a method you've probably seen before. I remember old UFO dudes talking about this a long time ago. Cloaked UFOs seen using polarized sunglasses. Now, I've seen this on thermal cams, and I think I've seen people do it with...
I put the sunglasses. I can't see it.
I don't know if those are UFOs, but
they're gone.
But there's not. He's seeing something. They don't. We'll leave that tick back there. He deserves it. There's something there. There's something wibbly in there.
See it?
See? All this shit right there. It probably just a cloud because the way light bends and reacts. But he's still seeing something there. And the polarized glasses probably helped. I'm just going to try to reason this out live on stream. The polarized glasses probably help filter out glare that might be bouncing off such small wispy clouds that would render them invisible to our eyes. So that's probably why he's seeing them. But I do remember old UFO dudes talking about it, and the fact that Lou Elizondo recently said that it's so simple you'll laugh. Well, it's a pretty simple one, if that was the case. If that's, you know, possible. Also on Sunday, I'm sure you're familiar with the lake monster Champ. Every big lake in North America has a lake monster story. Champ is the one from Lake Champlain, which I used to live right next to. I never did see Champ, but fuck, there's a statue for him, and people talk about him quite a bit. I've got a good Randonautica story about Lake Champlain, but that's for another time. There is some video evidence for Champ. There is not a lot at all. There's a lot of fucking people that talk about seeing Champ. My brain completely lost the word that I'm looking for. But there is one film of Champ that is supposedly the holy grail as far as Champ films go. It's called the Bodette film. Now, the Bodette film is currently in the hands of some lawyer, I think for the Bodette estate. I might be wrong there. Who is holding it for $4,000 to watch, and then it's like $30,000 to purchase. But you are not allowed to make copies, etc., etc., etc. It's insane. Which immediately says to me that it's a fake, because this is for the greater good, right? Anyway, the publicly available segment of the Mostly Lost Bodette, a Folter film. This aired on the Lake Champlain or the Vermont news thing. Was it? I forget what the affiliate is.
But Champ is camera shy, and the fishermen say this is the best picture they could get.
I'm 100%.
Do you see it? Hold on.
What in hell is that thing?
100%.
What in hell is that thing?
But Champ is camera shy, and the fishermen say...
I don't know. I don't know. What does that look like to you? Hold on, hold on. Alright, fuck it. I don't know. It's like I seem to be able to see it better in the preview on OBS than I can on my actual screen. Maybe it's like a squinting effect, you know, where you can see things a little more clearly if you're not actually looking that well at them. Fuck, to me this looks like nothing. This looks like like I don't know, like nothing. And
This is the best picture.
there was a little movement, so it wiggled. I don't know. Is this more of something up here?
They could get.
I don't know. I've heard people say it's the fin. You know? Off to the side. Maybe. If there's a whole film, that is very close. The attorney holding the film is a fucking asshole. And that's it. I don't understand why they would hold this film for cash. They're an attorney, and they're a fucking attorney up near Burlington, Vermont. They're doing fine. Asshole.
I'm 100%.
Anyway, so that link, if you do want this small clip, it's in the show notes. Go check it out, I guess. So we kind of had a slow week, and that's really all there was for Monday. Or on Sunday. So let's move on to Monday. On Monday, somebody had pointed out they were making something called a UFO Timeline, which is apparently a time-based overview of the UFO phenomena. This comes up to current, and it goes back 1561. Now you can see a lot of look at all this time we skipped. 5 years, 330 years. There are definitely some cool stuff in here. It's mostly just stuff that like is kind of 101, 102 level ufology stuff. Definitely cool. Definitely worth a look. But absolutely has the potential to be expanded. This is a good resource, though. If you're just getting started or you want to like get somebody else started, definitely a good resource for some really thick encounters or reports. There are some that I wish were here that are not, like the Tic Tac from the 1800s. Now, I'm not talking about this stuff. I'm not talking about the airships. I'm talking about the naval ship off, where were they? Washington? Somewhere around there? The state. There was a Tic Tac spotted. I talked about it. Was it on the show or was it on the podcast? I don't remember. But there are definitely a few that I wish were on here, but are not. But it's new. It's a new site. It's cool to check out. UFOtimeline.com is the site. What's this? What's the Westall? I think I remember the Westall use that. Students and a teacher from Westall High School reported seeing a flying object described as a gray saucer. Oh yes, I do remember this. So yeah, just got little things on them. Gerald Ford. I strongly recommend there be a committee investigation of the UFO phenomena. Lonnie Zamora sighting. Police officer Lonnie Zamora saw two people beside a shiny object later rose in the air accompanied by a roaring flame. Cool. Yeah, I would just, check it out. As soon as I said I wasn't going to leave and make dinner, I got fucking hungry. Can you believe that shit? All right. Also on Monday, over in our Bigfoot, I got excited when I saw it from a distance. But are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? That is a bear. This guy, I fucking hate this reverse camera. This guy is a bear. Look at this. I'm actually really surprised that the Dogmen people didn't jump on this photo. Maybe they did and I missed it because you can kind of see what look like legs here, but this could just be pareidolia. This is a goddamn bear. This is the most laughable Bigfoot evidence I have ever seen. I've seen some fucking cool Bigfoot evidence. I've seen some cool Bigfoot evidence of the interdimensional type. But this is so obviously a fucking bear. My word. What is this? A little Squatch with his eyes closed. Am I missing something here? This looks like the bottom of a bird's nest or something. Am I just seeing nothing? Okay. Well, moving on. Also on Monday, this incredible article popped up on Vice. You're gonna love it. This almost went in paranormal goofy shit, which we don't have this week, but whatever. Woman scammed by Russian astronaut who claimed to need money to return to Earth. The man claimed he needed money to pay landing fees once on Earth and a rocket to actually fly home. A man claiming to be a Russian astronaut in space allegedly scammed a Japanese woman into paying for his return trip to Earth, vowing to marry her once he landed. The man found... I know he's an asshole. I know that. I'm just... Come on. The man found the 65-year-old unnamed victim on Instagram in June. On his profile, he uploaded random photos of space and said he worked at the International Space Station where astronauts have limited access to cell service. Their relationship quickly escalated online, a Japanese messaging app. He repeatedly said he loved her and proposed marriage. He sent her messages like, "I want to start my life in Japan," and saying this 1,000 times won't be enough, but I'll keep saying it, "I love you." But to actually tie the knots, he said he needed money to return to Earth. There were landing fees to pay once in Japan and the cost of a rocket to actually fly to the country, he said. Believing this man would be her future fiancé, the woman paid him about 4.4 million yen, or $30,000, in 5 installments from August 19th to September 5th. But when his demands continued, the woman grew suspicious of his intent and reported him to the police, who were investigating the case as a romance scam. I watched, what was the name of that show? It was with that wonderful reporter. I can't remember her name. It's on Hulu. Trafficked, I think, is the name of the show. I can't remember her name, and I'm sorry. You are a wonderful reporter, and I really like your show. But I watched a whole episode on romance scams. This is one of the wildest ones I've ever heard. Really fantastic as far as entertainment value goes. Really horrible to do to this woman. I know. But really fantastic. All right. Here's something less fun coming from Newsweek. Also on Monday. Finding aliens could trigger global conflict with dire consequences, according to a study. Now, before we get moving on this, I just want to say, like, this is something that I've heard the exact opposite of for basically my entire life. That if aliens invaded, it would unify the globe. It was the point of the movie Independence Day, you know? Really bizarre. And you can also see it, like, when 9/11 happened, everything on that. When 9/11 happened, it united a large portion of a certain demographic. And that was used in ufology circles at the time to say that if an alien invasion happened, it would unite large portions of the world. So seeing this study come out saying finding aliens could trigger global conflict with dire consequences is interesting. The discovery of alien civilizations might have disastrous effects on Earth, but as a result of geopolitical conflict rather than an interstellar war. There has been much discussion between scientists about the dangers of sending out signals into space and listening for replies, with concerns that any contact with aliens would be inevitably bad news for humankind. It could result in humans fighting amongst ourselves, which, for the record, we're already doing quite a lot. However, according to a paper published in the journal Space Policy, which is a critique of a previous study discussing the geopolitical dangers of detecting extraterrestrial life, those fears are unfounded. In their 2022 paper for Space Policy, Wright et al. Criticized the contention that was made by Weisian and Trapphagen in their 2020 paper in Space Policy that suggested that there was a measurable risk of conflict being induced by one party merely detecting an alien signal in a passive SETI search, and then trying to maintain exclusive access to that signal, John Rummel said. Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence and Messaging Extraterrestrial Intelligence are organizations dedicated to finding, we all know that. I guess that's the end of it. Okay, so here's what they're actually saying. There is a measurable risk of conflict being induced by one party, let's call it the United States, merely detecting an alien signal in a passive search and then trying to maintain exclusive access to that signal. This is the same shit I was just talking about with the Champ film, okay? It's for the greater good. Like, why? I know why. I know why. But it fucking infuriates me that the rest of the world, seemingly, or at least the rest of the people upstairs, think like this. Money, garbage bullshit. Hold on. My mother is in Italy right now, and so I'm kind of catching up on a group text. My phone stopped receiving messages, fairly regularly. It happens probably about once or twice a week, and so I got like 50 messages all at once, and I'm just kind of like, I know it's not opportune time, but no one's even here. All right. Lovely photos of my mother hanging out at the Coliseum in Rome. Moving on. Oh shit! We get to do the flip. Bam, bam. You can't really see it on the white background here, but it does say Tuesday. I promise you. On Tuesday, A tic-tac passing a wind turbine. Okay, so this is October 11th. I don't know if that was actually Tuesday or not. Seen passing a wind turbine in Chile. Well, she's going quick. She's moving fast. I don't know. I think that's... let's call a spade a spade. I think that's exactly what it is. That's what it fucking looks like to me, right? It's moving so goddamn fast. How do you even... Alright, here is my one criticism, though. Let's watch this video one more time, okay? How do you even see that? Or are you just going through your video frame by frame? Right? I mean, yes, in these like slowed down shots, that's exactly what it looks like. It looks like a fucking tic-tac. But like, so that alone to me says maybe that is planted in there. Because why you fucking... Yeah, you're looking at wind turbines, and they're cool to look at for sure. Every time I drive by one, I really enjoy looking at them. They're cool. They're fucking huge. But unless you're going like frame by frame by frame through your video, why would you do that? Why? So maybe it's real. Maybe it looks real, but I don't know. The intent seems weird to me. Right. Also on Tuesday, we have more UFOs over Nuke sites, apparently. Oh, this is in 2019. Oh, and it was deleted. We should have a fucking... Do I have a... Hold on. We've got a new thing. I'm not fucking... This is the sound when shit gets deleted. That's what we're doing from now on. Alright, I don't know. Moving on then. Fuck it. Going to Wednesday. Alright, on Wednesday we had this interesting thread from Eric Weinstein over on Twitter. Eric Weinstein posted an interesting Twitter thread on UAPs just now. Eric Weinstein has been part of the Galileo Project with Avi Loeb. He's also been invited to speak high-level government officials about UAP and has been given the runaround for many months, I think over a year. But I think they mean has been giving the runaround. That's two totally separate things. But today he posted a very interesting Twitter thread on UAPs. He's implying he finally got to talk to the government. He invited questions, but answered few, as is usual lately. He says it involves national security, so he's being deliberately opaque. But someone asked him, Lou Elizondo recently gave a small list of topics he would recommend for the study to begin to wrangle the phenomenon if he or King. What areas of intersectional learning do you think are needed and should be more deeply looked into? Your ufology curriculum, thanks. And this is the list he wrote. General relativity, pseudo-Riemannian geometry. Fuck, what is that? Alright, I should have had these ready for you, but we gotta know where to go, right? Let's look this shit up. What's pseudo-Riemannian? A pseudo-Riemannian metric is a non-degenerate quadratic form on a real vector space. A Riemannian metric is a positive, definite quadratic form on a real vector space. Okay. The data of such a quadratic form may be equivalently given by a non-degenerate symmetric bilinear pairing. Here's the wiki. Maybe there's a picture. There we go. Is this pseudo-Riemannian Okay. Listen, I'm just going to say that's what it is. Quantum field theory, material science, condensed matter, nuclear physics, weaponry, disinformation theory. Disinformation theory is something you should be looking at anyway. As a denizen of the internet, you should be looking at this. Go look up COINTELPRO. Cult indoctrination and deprogramming, propaganda, preference falsification theory, Mansfield Amendment. Ooh, what's that? What's Mansfield Amendment? Should I know this? Am I an idiot for not knowing what this is? Let's find out. The Mansfield Amendment of 1969 passed as part of the fiscal year 1970 Military Authorization Act, prohibited military funding of research that lacked a direct or apparent relationship. Oh, interesting. Fuck, I don't like the... There's a whole tone to this list that is really unnerving. Science police theory, science policy theory, you fucking idiot. Selection abstracted. What the fuck? How am I going to start? How do I even look that up? That's abstracted indeed. Even Google doesn't know what I'm talking about. Comparative oh my holy hell. Alright, let's find out what comparative eschatology is. Did I say that right? Concerns expectations of the end of the present age, human history, or of the world itself, the end of the world or the end time. So, comparative would be like trying to figure out, compare to other civilizations, right? Like, fuck, why do I keep forgetting words today? Basing our civilization on others we may or may not have discovered, or other world societies, ancient societies. Are we talking about an alternate history sort of thing? There's a real fucking tone to this thread. Anti-gravity pseudoscience involving top physicists and mathematicians in the era of the so-called golden age of relativity. Does that seem snarky to you? GU. What is GU? And the last one is mind control, which again, I also really recommend that you just look up as a citizen living in 2022. GU Energy Labs. GU Energy? What does that mean? Someone asked, do you believe something world-changing will happen within your lifetime? And he responded, you aren't going to have to wait that long. I take the meaning of that. I understand it. But what I'm... Within my lifetime, right? And he says you aren't going to have to wait that long. This is all my... Right now is my lifetime. Something could happen right now, and that's within my lifetime. Come on. Words are important. Edit. Thought I'd add the link. Here it is. Let's check it out. I don't know where the fucking thread is. I'm looking for it. Four days ago, let's see how bad his twittering is. Alright, I'm not going to log in here. Anyway, very cool list. A lot of this leads me to think, for example, disinformation theory, comparative eschatology, indoctrination, cult indoctrination, material science condensed matter. A lot of this feels like the phenomena in general is considered an op, at least to him. It really does. this list seems to just come right out and say, A, we know what it is, and B, we might have a little more to do with it than you think. There's been a number of leaks lately about tech patents, or I guess is the best word, that are 30 years old that are coming out now for things that kind of describe what people are seeing. Now, whether or not that's reverse engineered or whatever, who knows? Who knows? But it is interesting. This is an interesting list, and that's why I wanted to talk about it. But moving on, we got also on Wednesday, Skinwalker, or dude just trying to make a paycheck. I didn't want to say the word out loud. I wish I didn't. Oh shit! It's out. It's gone. Post has been removed by the moderators. I almost said the other word. I know I'm supposed to up serious with the hell. The more I look at, the more I don't see a rooftop repairman. Okay, you probably remember it was a picture of a dude on a rooftop and he's all hunched over. And to me, it looked like those. Let me see if I can find him. A native drawing flute. That is exactly what I was thinking of. That's what it looked like. But it was on top of a building, and people were like, "Is a human in there a skinwalker?" Stop saying the word. I don't know, but it doesn't matter because we got DG'd there. Darn gone, I guess. All right. Lastly, on Wednesday, surprising Starlink. MUFON case 125796. Pilot records orbs over Colorado, U.S. on 9/13/22. Let's give it a watch.
Don't move. Turn your light off quick. There's 5 of them. I got these, but there's 2 of them over here.
No, the hoof's over there. Well, moving really quick. See it, right?
Yep.
Them now, there were 3 of them.
So,
Not now.
initially, I was like, this is a good video. I know what this is. It's a good video. However, so here's a pilot actually. I've personally seen these and heard various crews, including my own company on the guard frequency, discussing them as well. My most recent sighting, sighting is spelled wrong, was flying from SoCal to Portland, Oregon, and they appeared to be over central Nevada. My theory is that they are Starlink satellites catching the sun, but just a theory and open to any other ideas. Flown with multiple ex-military pilots who have seen them too and are just as puzzled. Let's see. This person. Hi, we've checked this out on Metadebunk, and the flaring Starlink satellites theory checks out. We've been able to identify the exact satellites. Here's 2 examples. So anyway, without really like digging super deep into it, the link's in the description if you want to. Here's all the flight radar, so you can keep track of all that. And then they have basically all the data you would need to be able to say these are Starlink or these are flights or whatever. But anyway, there you go. Surprisingly, Starlink satellites. It's just interesting to see Starlink that's just not in a straight line. Moving on, Thursday. What fucking day is it? Actually good object sighting. I've been thinking about this one a lot. I've been thinking about this one quite a bit. If it loads. Come on, load. Weird flying object on security. You may have seen this. It's right here. My first thought was it was a bug or something caught in a spider web, but it goes behind this motherfucking tree. Bizarre. If it didn't go behind the tree, I would immediately dismiss it. So that leads us to my next link where people were analyzing it. And this is what I love to see. I love to see people getting in there and trying to figure it out. Not just saying, it's a plane, it's a spider web. Figuring it out. Beautiful. Reflection in object shape is seen better when sped up. So they go through a couple of different things you'll see. So it's definitely, well, I say definitely, but it seems three-dimensional, right? It seems like it has an actual shape, and it's not wibbly or bibbly. It's moving. It's an odd shape. It's definitely on the an outsider shape. It almost seems like it's clear and catching a reflection, right? Possible flock of birds, not a balloon or aircraft. I don't know if I can jump with the flock of birds thing. Maybe, I guess. I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around that. Object is not a lens flare. It goes behind the trees. I know that there's a species of duck or goose or something that produces an oil that can sometimes be reflective. Yeah, I really don't know. Because it's moving in a way, if it was a flock of birds, I feel like it's moving in a way that like starlings move, which we've seen before, but they tend to be in one area and do this sort of shit. Yeah, I really don't know with this one. It is bizarre. Finding corroborative doorbell security footage would assist. And as far as I know, that has not been dug up, but let's scroll through the comments just in case. Let's see. Wait. Is this more raw footage? Oh, this is the same one. Where's the fucking thing? There it is. I saw it first floating over our house's flat roof horizon. My brain tried so hard to convince myself that it was birds because at first it floated in a horseshoeish flock shape that you kind of see as in the video, but what would be the head of the flock was not the direction the objects were moving. There was also no sound at all. It was cold last night, so no bugs were making noise either. It was not nearly as high up as a plane would have been in our area. My next thought was drones. Possible. I remember seeing videos of drone light shows, but this would have had to have been very elaborate because there were 50 to 100 objects with no lights. Could be drones. The no sound thing kind of throws a wrench in that, but you get high enough, you lose the sound. Sound disappears really quickly up there. Didn't seem shiny or illuminated at all. Another theory I looked into after we saw it was a murmuration of a flock of swallows, but what we saw didn't really get super dense and super spaced out like a flock of birds would. Right? They all moved in uniform, as in perfectly spaced apart every direction they shifted. The best way I can describe what I saw was about 50 to 100 gray square objects were moving in a grid-like fashion like a silky piece of fabric. The way they moved was similar to how the aurora borealis lights move. They moved over our house and floated across the sky for about 15 to 20 seconds over us before going behind some trees and out of view. We turned around and went back down the street to follow it, but didn't see it again after that 20 seconds. There was no sound, no lights, but they were lightly colored enough to clearly see. Not terribly high up, but far enough to not make any definition, or it almost seemed like my eyes couldn't focus 100% on what I was seeing. It was almost like the objects were in 240p. So all I can describe is 50 to 100 gray squares with silvery textures. We were so dumbfounded I barely pointed up to get my wife's attention. Wild. Oh, there was a UFO flap going on in Missouri right now. Multiple witnesses from six. What the fuck? Missouri MUFON received 60 UAP UFO sightings reported in the last 90 days. Holy shit, I want to go to Missouri. That's the only time I'm going to say that. The sightings are centered around the greater Kansas City area. However, UFOs have been tracked across the state. In the early morning hours of August 10th, 2022, multiple witnesses from 6 locations saw what appears to be the same object. It was described as massive in size, a gray metallic cover with 2 rows of windows on the side which were lit from within. There were no exterior lights on the objects and they made no sound. All of these sightings occurred between 5 a.m. and 5:30 a.m. Investigators determined the length of the object to be approximately a quarter mile. Fuck. Some of the sightings were found to be starlink. However, 2 were very close to the witnesses, blocking out stars. Throughout the later part of July, all of August, and now into September, there were multiple UFO sightings of strange craft. In 2 instances, witnesses described seeing a dark triangle on top of a half circle. It was seen during the day and hovered before shooting straight up and out of sight. One witness said that the clock on his truck malfunctioned during a sighting but went back to normal once the object was gone. Witnesses in Odessa see balls of light bouncing about their trees. There almost seems to be a pattern following major metro areas, waterways, and highways. Reports have come in every day in September as well. Witnesses describe seeing large balls of light, satellites that stop or turn at 90-degree angles without slowing down, triangular craft, saucer-shaped craft, among others. Missouri MUFON State Director Debbie Zeigelmeyer, did I say that right? Sorry, Debbie. Said that the number of reported sightings have increased greatly as of late. We don't know what's going on or why this is happening. Well, goddamn. You know, it's funny. I've talked about my triangle sighting in the past, and it was over a highway. And, like, the other thing that gets me about my triangles, there's a lot that I think about my triangle sighting. When I saw it, it was like this, you know, just like over the highway, and very shortly, like 2 or 3 seconds, not enough time for me to even get my phone out. It was gone. Like, I know I could see it bank hard to the southeast, and it was just gone. So the fastest fucking thing I've ever seen. Incredible. So that when they say it, like, just went straight up in the air. That's what I thought of. Also, was totally silent. Wow, fuck, I want to go to Missouri. How far from Whiteman Air Force Base is that? Not. Yeah, probably is part of the answer. Here's another report from Missouri. floating lights in a V pattern, closer than an airplane overhead and dead quiet. That's fucking birds. I feel like that's gotta be birds, right? On the other hand, it's not really a good V pattern. Yeah, I don't know. What the fuck? Wow. Yeah, it looks like there's a couple people in these comments that are like that are talking about seeing shit in the sky. All right, so if you're in Missouri, fucking get out there. My God. Lastly, on Thursday, an Indonesian garbage ghost. Hell yeah, buddy. Oh wait, well, I don't know why. Well, we're gonna jump to 125 because that's apparently where the Indonesian garbage ghost is. This is over on YouTube. I don't know where I found it. This could have also. You'll see.
Aman masuk bro. Ego the man, ego. Ego the man. Ego the man.
These dudes are working, just doing the job. What did I say? 125. We'll go to 111.
The man. The man. The man. The
I don't know. Tilt your head.
Oh, fuck.
I have no idea what this is. I think it's just somebody like with fucking garbage on them. You want to look at it again? So this is it. Hood, shawl, arms, and I don't know, just fucking garbage on them. And they're like hopping. How do you go frame by frame on YouTube? Can you? YouTube. Come on, it's 2022. I want to go frame by frame. I don't know. Indonesian garbage ghost, everybody. All right. Friday. We have a cool article on historical UFO sightings, which is my actual note. I turned my heat on about an hour and a half ago, and I kind of wish I hadn't. All right. This is from whoever this is, Observing the Anomaly. UAPs in history, a deep dive into reports of UFOs ranging from 1300 BC to 1954. So that other site I was talking about, UFOtimeline.com, could like get some stuff from here. Long post, very hard to do without a TLDR, very hard to do a good TLDR, but the short version is that there's an overwhelming amount of reports of UFOs throughout history, some of them reporting the same disc, saucer, as well as cylinder, cigar shapes. These reports are from time periods before airplanes existed. There was also at least one report of aerial abductions. I have a book. Fuck, what's it? Oh, I have it right here. Fairy Faith in Celtic Countries from W.Y. Evans Wentz. It is an old book, and it is dense. It is written in an English that is a little more difficult than our current English, to put it nicely. However, it is filled with fascinating stories of aerial abductions, and so like they're talking about Fae in this book, but I mean it all it's same dude, different hat. You know what I mean? Anyway, go ahead and get that book. It's fantastic. But here we go. Tons of stuff. Pharaoh sees a shining disc in the sky. During the famous battle won by Hannibal in Cannae in the Apulian Plain near Bodette, which saw the largest defeat in the history of Rome, a mysterious phenomenon was observed. On the day of the battle, in the sky of the Apulia, round objects in the shape of ships were seen. The prodigies carried on all night long. On the edge of such objects were seen men dressed in white, like clergymen around a plow. Fucking weird. Here's another one. According to Pliny the Elder, a spark, glowing orb, fell from the sky and grew as it descended until it appeared to be the size of the moon. It then transcended back up to the heavens and was transformed into a light. I would guess that one was ball lightning, but I don't know. There's another glowing orb, molten silver wine jar. Often a little spark is seen to come down from the sky to the earth, then having grown into some kind of orb, but like the moon, it has been seen as disc-like. Disc-like spark, changing lights and shape. Let's see. It just goes on and on and on and on and on. This one has fucking pictures. A lot of them later ones do. Anyway, check it out. It is such a cool read. Such a great way to kill a half an hour. The link is in the description. Definitely worth your time. Moving on over to launch site, where the getting is sometimes good. The getting is sometimes not good. Manta ray shaped entity recently observed over West Monroe, Louisiana. So it's a sky creature report. Two relatives were skywatching in West Monroe, Louisiana recently when they observed a manta ray shaped flying entity. These sightings have been reported throughout North America. Hello, I wanted to share my sighting with you as I have Googled everything I can think of in order to find someone who has seen the same supernatural occurrence. In late September, around 26th or 27th, I was visiting my mom in West Monroe, Louisiana. My sister-in-law, JJ, was visiting my mom as well. We decided to go outside, approximately 10 p.m., with low-grade binoculars and try to see Jupiter and its moons, which were supposed to be visible and closer to Earth for the first time in many years. We tried using these binoculars but could not see anything more than a blur because they're binoculars. This is when the story takes a turn. I began searching for the Big Dipper as that was much easier to see with the naked eye. I finally found it, and as you probably know, it is not as bright in the fall, so I really had to search. So I said, "Look, JJ, there's the Big Dipper." We both were finding all the stars belonging to the Big Dipper, and I was pointing up when out of nowhere appears something flying. Although the best way to describe it, it looked to be swimming very slowly and gracefully across the sky. The supernatural figure was very large and had a definite wing shape, flapping as though it were swimming in an ocean. It had the appearance to me of a gigantic stingray, definitely a creature, not a traditional UFO. No lights or saucer in shape. Definitely a created being. The being was higher than trees, but much lower than the stars and the moon. It was in our atmosphere. We stood there in absolute wonderment, watching it for about 1 or 2 minutes, not really sure how long. Suddenly it was gone. It did not fly until out of sight, but rather disappeared, gone. I would describe this whole sighting as someone lifting the veil, and we were allowed to see a miraculous miracle, or mysterious miracle. This is a sky creature report. Obviously, these people don't know what the hell a sky creature is. Most people don't. Keel talks about them a lot. Well, not a lot, a little bit. There are a couple dozen reports that I've seen here and there. I've got some fucking... What is this shit in my YouTube chat? Get out of here. Come on. Come on. You're getting blocked. You're getting blocked. Put user in timeout. Hell yeah. Should I make them a mod? There you go. Anyway, sky creature reports are... The sky creatures are generally described as being jellyfish-like, with the ability to sort of spread out, which makes sense with this, because they say it just kind of disappeared, and a lot of the sky creature reports, they kind of spread and disappear because they get so thin and they're see-through, and then when they come into a lower atmosphere, they get a little thicker, so it's possible this was going up. I know too much about this weird shit. I've never seen them described as manta rays, but they're flimsy little guys. So maybe the wind, or because they're moving in a certain direction. Sure. Great sighting. This person does not know how rare their sighting was, even in the paranormal world. I like that they didn't know what they were reporting. That lends a little bit of credence to me. Cool. I don't have anything to say about it. Well, actually, that's not true. I do have something to say about it. The advent of the film Nope is causing just annoying shit in the ufology field and the world of the phenomena in general. Like I said last week, I'm seeing so many fucking cloud pictures now, and I think we're probably going to end up with a few more things described very similar to this, because this also sounds like the creature from Nope. However, I do think that Nope knew a little bit about the phenomena and probably knew about sky creatures, because the creature in Nope, though much more radical than just a jellyfish, was very similar to these old-ass sky creature reports that go back like 150 years at least, by the way. Anyway, cool report. Not a weird shitty one like we got last week or the week before. Moving on. Saturday, I stumbled across this article. Bokia. I listened to a podcast not too long ago about this plant. It's wild. Bokia is a monotypic genus of flowering plants in the family, I don't care, native to temperate forests of central and southern Chile and Argentina. The sole species is hold on. It grows vines that wrap around host plants, mimicking the host leaves in a phenomenon called mimetic polymorphism. It bears an edible fruit. The species has been shown to be capable of mimicking the leaves of its supporting trees. So, there's a number of theories as to why this can happen. Signals between plants, or just cross-pollination, or there's a bunch of things. However, this is where it gets fucking weird. In a 2022 paper, it was suggested that the plant has some sort of vision using ocelli. A simple eye refers to a form of eye or an optical arrangement composed of a single lens and without an elaborate retina, such as occurs in most vertebrates. In this sense, simple eye is distinct from a multi-lens compound eye and is not necessarily at all simple in the usual sense. They're saying this plant might have eyes. This hypothesis was presented on the basis of experiments in which the vine appeared to mimic plastic vines and artificial plants. This is not plants communicating. However, the only control used was the lower leaves on the same plants with an opaque shelf over them, which could have influenced light exposure. The lack of control plants climbing anything apart from the same model of artificial host plant makes it plausible that the observed differences were due to age and light exposure. Plausible, not outright. This might be a plant with fucking eyes. I think that's cool as hell. All right. Also on Saturday, do we have a waterbender? I don't know if you remember, maybe last year I was on that fucking Learn Telekinesis and all these other powers site thing. It was hilarious. But here's somebody on our telekinesis. Oh yeah, you know where we're going. There was something there, right? All right, so this is essentially it. You saw the ripples in the thing, right? I think there's another shimmer. There we go. So there's a couple things that could be going on. It's on the floor. Anybody walking around in that house or building or whatever could be making a ripple. They could be. Or his fucking hand is throwing air at it. I don't know. Maybe he's got fucking hydrokinesis. I don't know. But he could just very well have somebody off camera just tapping their foot. Moving on. I only really bring this up because it was written by a professor from SUNY Albany, which is about 5 minutes from my house. I did not paste the link. I copied the old one. Associate professor, my bad. Matthew Siddigalalath. Actually, it looks like it was written on October 13th, but whatever. Who cares? Addressing the most common criticisms against studying UAP from the University of Albany, SUNY Albany. Despite numerous newspaper articles from trustworthy sources and mainstream media, despite Pentagon admissions and congressional hearings, interest in UAP studies is met with laughter and derision both from inside and outside of the scientific community, including from prominent science communicators. Why is this the case? Let's break down the common criticisms of ufology, UAP studies, and debunk the debunkers for a change. While some of the arguments will be generic, I will spend a great deal of time on aliens, a common hypothesis requiring significant attention, but this essay should not be read as a list of counter-arguments only in favor of aliens. I fucking love this. So, I mean, I know that you know I spend a lot of time debunking shit. And I've explained it before, and I'll explain it 1,000 more times. The reason I do that is because you have to filter out the garbage to get to the gold, right? I'm a believer at heart. I am. I know quite a lot about this shit, and not because I want to disprove it, but because I want answers to some shit that has happened in my actual life. And so I've had a lot of these fucking conversations. For example, argument number 1. Cameras continue to improve in resolution, but there is still no good image or smoking gun video of UAP. Doesn't that prove that this is all nonsense? Well, actually, no. Like I was talking about with the triangle thing, it was there for 2 seconds. I couldn't even get my fucking phone open, much less get the camera app going, which takes another fucking 5 to 7 seconds because of the goddamn phone. Then, it was at night. Most phones do not photograph well at night unless you have time, or you're ready to go. You're like set up and you have it locked on one spot. No. And anything higher than a fucking, I don't know, not even a bird. Try to get a good, clear picture of a bird with your phone camera. I dare you. Try to get a clear picture of an airplane in the sky. I dare you. Even when you know it's coming, your phone can't really handle it. You're going to get blurry pixelation and shit. Anyway, there's more of that sort of thing. It's curious that Asia and Africa have so few sightings despite their large populations, and even more surprising the sightings stop at the Canadian-Mexico borders. That isn't even a little true. Fuck, globally there are so many sightings, and both Canada and Mexico have released their reports saying, we got a lot of shit. Mexico is literally a global hotspot, and that's well known throughout ufology. Interstellar travel is way too hard due to the great distances and times involved, if you're looking at it from a human standpoint. Also, he just goes on to say it. No, this is how we could do it. If it is aliens, actually, also, let me just, back to that argument about the travel thing. Yeah, if you think that they're coming from somewhere else. Again, human standpoint. If it is aliens, why don't they just land on the White House lawn and reveal themselves? Stop thinking like a human. They're alien, right? If it's alien, they're alien. Stop thinking like a fucking human. Why would an alien spacecraft need navigational lights in outer space? That's ridiculous. Since space is so vast, there's no need to avoid collisions. Anyway, I don't know. Is it extremely improbable that aliens exist in the first place in our galaxy? You want some fucking backup ammunition? Go read this article. It's a good one. It is a good one. So thank you, SUNY Albany. Anyway, that's that. I didn't have any paranormal goofy shit for you this week. There were a couple like, I left Friday up the whole time. Say Livy. Sorry. There were a couple of things that I saw that I thought we could do for paranormal goofy shit, but I don't know. It's mostly like fucking Bigfoot memes and shit because he's cute, right? So I didn't have one. Maybe next week I'll have two. Who knows? We'll see. I hate fucking turning my head and seeing my dumb fucking knot back here. I gotta cut this hair. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, and I will see you next Sunday. And I don't know what we'll have. Who knows? We got the new report, or the new hearing is supposed to be on the 30th, right? And we're assuming it's going to be the 28th. So we've got another 12 days there. So not next week, but the week after that, I think we'll be covering that. So I'm pretty excited about that. Anyway, that's that. Thank you so much for sticking around. I'm Asa Morris. This is a little strangest and weird week and all that. Go follow our TikTok. Oh my God, I need to read something else. Go follow our TikTok and our Twitter and all nonsense, or cash at me some money. or whatever. Okay, goodbye. Be safe.